Hey, what's up everyone? Today I would like to talk to you about playing Lost Ark and why I believe that right now is a great opportunity for those of you who are new and have just heard about the game to give it a try, or those of you who have maybe quit the game after a few weeks because of the queues or whatnot, any other release issues that were present a few months ago. Those of you would return to the game and give it another shot in a more optimized and much more enhanced version of the game, which we have right now. First of all, I would like to talk about the addition of the power passes. This just came with last update, and basically now you have the opportunity to skip all of the leveling process and get to the point where the last tier in terms of the end game is beginning. We have several boosts available to be purchased, and for those of you who are newer to the game, these are basically just level boosts, but in Lost Ark, since there is also an item level linked to your gear, these boosts also provide you several tiers of item level depending on which one you purchase. If you want to spend some money on the game, it's very common for MMOs these days to have these level boosts, right, to get you to the starting place where everyone is at. The same thing goes to Lost Ark. If you're a brand new player, my advice to you is that you would purchase the Punika Power Pass. This one not only gets you to level 50, but also completes sort of the story for you up until the before last zone available in the game. You still have one more zone to complete yourself, but that you can do in your own time and pace. It also gives you an item level of 1302, a set of gear that provides you 1302 item level, and that item level, you begin your journey into the tier 3, which is the end game of Lost Ark. I advise this one because you have several opportunities if you buy this one. First of all, you can finish your Punika story, and after you do, you are going to get another Punika Power Pass for free once you have done that. And being able to get two of them, one you purchase, the first one, you finish a bit of story, and then afterwards you get another one for free, is a good asset for maybe your second character, your second class, to be boosted the same way, but this time for free. The free Punika Power Pass is available for you when you complete a quest called Berver's Friend. This is a series, a chain of quests, a chain of purple colored quests, which end up with honorary Punican quest. I'm going to link you the quest chain in the description of this video in case you're interested in browsing through the various steps of this quest. And then the Power Pass, you receive it upon finishing this quest. You receive it on that character. It's an item in your mail in the top left corner. You take this item in your bag, you right click to use it, then when you go back to character selection screen, create a new character. It can just be at the beginning, level 1 or level 10, depending if you finished the prologue or not, or if you skipped it. And you can just simply click the Power Pass button, Punika right there, again as if you would buy it, but you're just going to receive it for free because there is availability as you have used this item, this Power Pass, this free one. Yeah, cool. This is one thing which sort of helps you catch up. Maybe if you're a returning player and you already have a level 50, you can use this Punika Power Pass on another class, something more exciting, maybe something that just came out recently. We have had several class releases. Just this week we've had the Arcanist class being released, which is part of the mage profession. I definitely recommend this class to those of you who want a bit of a challenge, as the class is not that straightforward to play. It's sort of squishier and also has some bit of a learning curve. For those of you who are new, maybe you want to try out, for example, a Shadow Hunter or a Berserker, classes that have been here from the beginning of the game, or maybe even a Destroyer, which is a newer class to Lost Ark, released right before the Arcanist. In the meantime, we also had the Glavier, a class part of the fighter profession, a very cool, straightforward and very helpful class in general. So these are some new additions that we've had in terms of classes. Another important aspect to those of you who are new or returning is that since the beginning, Amazon and Smilegate have actually taken action against really many bot accounts, bots which were sort of contributing to the large queues at the beginning and also contributing to a rise in prices for all sorts of basic consumables that Lost Ark needs, such as, and very important, honing materials. Right now the market has sort of stabilized to a point where even a new player with the gold resources you have available in game will still be able to attempt a couple of honing tries on a daily basis, as opposed to how it was before or in the first few months of the game, where there there was this gold rush that everyone was trying to get as fast as possible to high item level gear score and higher into the tier 3 content. Right now the prices are affordable for the amount that you can make even as a new player in game. You have if you're new, you also have a lot of one-time sources of gold, such as some of the collectibles, right, some of the rapport NPCs. So there is plenty of places you can acquire your initial gold to hone. Very important, and speaking of honing, is an event that's currently ongoing, which is a super express event that sort of holds your hand in your gear progression from item level 1302 all the way to 1370. Now, this event gives you rewards in terms of honing material rewards as you progress with your gear score. And these honing materials, in theory, are enough for you not to need to buy anything from 1302 all the way to 1370. In some cases, if you get a little bit unlucky, like I did, for example, I did have to buy a few of one of the honing materials just so I can get to the next reward stage and continue honing basically for free as part of this event. This Super Express event has no prerequisites besides the fact that you need a character of a minimum item level 1302 in order to take part in the event. You get 1302, for example, by purchasing a Punika Power Pass from the shop if you don't want to bother yourself with going through the tiers manually. However, you can also just start the game, level up normally, get to tier 1, get through tier 1 by doing your regular things, your Chaos Dungeons, your Guardian Raids, your Abyssal Dungeons, queuing up with people, and then get through tier 2 and finally reach the beginning of tier 3 in time before this event expires. This event lasts until the 28th of September, so if you start now or whenever you're watching this video, even if it's in a couple of weeks from me posting it, you still have plenty of time to get through the first 2 tiers and reach the stage where you would still gather the rewards from this event. Tier 1 and 2 honing or enhancing your gear, it has a 100% success rate now because they have changed this also this week with the most recent update. So you will never fail your honing process in tier 1 and tier 2. On top of that, you pay sort of half the materials. In some cases you don't pay any of the materials, because this was also another change that happened this week with tier 1 and tier 2 content. Not to mention that tier 3 content also and honing in tier 3 from 1302 to 1370 has also increased chances of success. So it's much easier than it was at the beginning of the game, in case someone scared you that honing in Lost Ark is impossible and you're never gonna get there and you know, you need to pay real money. Right now all of this has been made easier up to a point, the point being 1370. At 1370 you also start farming the real endgame materials in Lost Ark, which are the Greater Honor Leapstones from your Chaos Dungeons, for example, and also from your Guardian Raids. You can do, for example, a Guardian Raid called Night Fox Yoho, which is a really interesting fight that also rewards you with, you know, the endgame of endgame materials. So it's a great place to be, a great place to start off from in that sense, especially if you were bored going through the story, or if you were bored going through the story twice or 3 times for several different classes. Now you have several options to do so. Lastly, on top of everything, if you are a returning player or a brand new player, you also have a Mokoko buff, which is symbolized by this bean seed or Mokoko seed icon next to your name. This buff allows you to do more damage to bosses and mobs up until item level 1370, and also take less damage from them, so that your daily routine or daily things that you do would go much smoother in that case. This buff lasts until you get one character to 1370, which by the way can be really fast based on what we just discussed, or for 90 days from the moment you log in first and you have this buff. This buff requires you to not have been logged in for the last 30 days. In case you've just left Lost Ark maybe a month and a half ago, you know that you still have this buff on you. So there's a lot of really helpful things that are currently going. Really many changes have been made, not only by the company but also by the players who have reached a certain point where they can discuss things, they can teach people, they can carry people. And in case you're worried about the fact that you're never going to be able to catch up to whatever is going to be needed next in terms of gear score, which is 1475, we don't know exactly when, but that's the next cap that is needed, you don't have to. Quite frankly, in my opinion, it's even better for you now you're gonna have the opportunity to do your first Legion raid, Commander Valtan at 14-15, with all of the olds of people who have already played this content hundreds of times over, which means that your runs are going to be much smoother, much more precise, and much less fails and wipes, just because people have played this content for so long already. It's much less pressure in that sense, and eventually, of course, you're gonna catch up to whatever is needed, because most likely in August, somewhere at the end of August, we're gonna have more events, also maybe an ARK pass event, which is generally something that's very helpful towards catching up in terms of honing materials. The daily reward login, the daily reward bonuses are really cool now compared to what they were in the first couple of months, really adjusted to what players currently need, to new players as well. And for all of these reasons, on top of the fact that I believe Lost Ark in general is a lovely game worth playing, I think right now you have a great opportunity, if you're new or a returning player, to hop in the game with us and have some fun. If you want to talk more with me, or if you want to have a chat, I'm live on Twitch very often, twitch.tv/SaivoSan. If you want to ask me any questions, please feel free in the comments below. Very happy to answer and talk to you. And until my next video or live stream, I wish you guys a great day, a lot of fun, and I'm gonna see you really soon. Take care.